Science CRT in Rasupalam KGBV, Guntur district. Hello my dear children, how are you all? I hope that you are all fine. Children, are you taking precautions to overcome this pandemic situation? I hope that you all take precautions. Okay children, today in our online class, we are going to learn about the super topic in which are present in the 7th class General Science textbook in new version, that is Nature of Substances. I am writing on board. The heading is Nature of Substances. Nature of Substances. So our lesson name is Nature of Substances. The class is 7th class General Science. General Science. So nature of substances. So already we know that in our previous lesson the substances are having different tastes. So in this lesson we are going to different type of substances, why they have different tastes, etc. Okay. So for example, the tamarind, lemon, apples, grapes, etc. So why these are having different tastes? So you already know about that. Why? Because they have some specific characterizations. In this lesson, the nature of substances, we are going to learn some concepts. They are, the first one is acids, second one is bases, third one is neutral substances. Neutral substances. Fourth one is acid and base indicators. And the fifth one is pH of substances. pH of substances. So these are we are going to discuss in this video. These concepts are covered in this video.
Children, in previous class you have learnt about the ingredients which are used to prepare food items. Here we can see so many food items like idli, dosa, vada, pulihora, gulab jam, puri, jongri and noodles. So these are prepared with the using of so many ingredients. Children, do you know about pulihora? How it is prepared? Students, I am going to ask one question. Can you tell why tamarind paste was used as an ingredient in pulihora? And name any other substance which tastes like tamarind? Yes, I am going to reveal. Tamarind paste has sour taste, so it is added to pulihora to get sour taste. Lemon juice is another substance which has sour taste like tamarind. So the sour taste is the nature of these substances. Now let us know about the nature of substances in this lesson. Before that, I am asking you one question, my dear children. Why are tamarind and lemon juice sour in taste? Now let me say the answer is substances like tamarind and lemon contain some substances which give sour taste. These type of substances which sour taste are known as acids.
Substances like tamarind and amla having sour taste containing food items. That's why the tamarind and lemon juice having sour taste. So this type of taste having substances are called acids. So first topic is acids. So the acids is the Latin word. In Latin word, acer means sour. So this is a Latin word. Acer means sour. So these substances are having sour in taste. For example, apple, tamarind, amla, etc. Okay, so these are type of fruits having acids in nature. Let us do one activity to recollect our previous knowledge and previous experience about the taste of some substances. Now, write on the board. You can write in your notebooks also, children. So, activity. So, activity 1. So, in this activity, we are going to draw a table. So, you also draw the table in your notebooks, children. In that table, first is serial number. The second one is substance. So, the third one is taste. The fourth one is acid or not an acid. So, like this way, you can write in your notebooks and draw a table. Like this way. Okay, you can draw the table in your notebooks, children. So already we are experienced some substances. Why? Because we are already taste in our day-to-day life. So that type of materials, that type of substances we are going to take. The first one is serial number 1. So the first one is juice. So the second one is, so just write down these substances in your notebook, children. First one is tomato juice, second one is sugar, and third one is curd, fourth one is raw mango, fifth one is table salt, and the sixth one is amla or orange juice. Now let us check, let us recollect the previous taste of these substances. The first one is tomato juice. So tomato juice already we had a taste. So in that taste we just sense the sour taste. So this is the sour taste. That's why it is belongs to the acid. Belongs to the acid. Next, sugar. Sugar is in sweet taste. So it is the sweet taste. That's why it is not belongs to the acid. That's why not an acid. You can write like this way. Then curd. So curd having sour taste. So it is acid. Then raw mango. It also having sour taste. So it is acid. Then table salt. So table salt is in salty taste. That's why we can write the salty taste. So it is not an acid. Not an eat the dosiri in our day-to-day life regularly. So amla or orange juice. So these both are having sour taste. These both are having sour taste. So these all belongs to the acids. Okay. So now let us check once again which substances having sour taste. So here this one, this one, this one and this one. Children, now I am asking you one question. Why these substances having sour taste? Yes, because they have acids. That's why they are in sour taste. Children, do you understand what I am saying? Yes, good. Just follow.
Now we are going to know about some examples of acids. The coming fruits have acids like in lemon, the citric acid is present. In tamarind, the tartaric acid is present. In apple, malic acid is present. And in tomato, the oxalic acid is present. So these are the main acids which are present in fruits. My dear students, you have learned about vitamin C in previous lesson. So another acid like ascorbic acid is also called as vitamin C. It is available in citrus fruits. For example, amla, lemon, orange, lime, etc. This chart shows some examples of citrus fruits. Children, you might have observed that some acids are used in cleaning of toilets. What do you observe when an acid is poured on the bathroom floor? Let me explain. Generally, hydrochloric acid is used for bathroom cleaning. It liberates thick fumes and pungent smell when poured on the floor. Children, have you seen batteries being used in vehicles? Yes, of course. Which chemical is used in batteries, children? Let me explain. The sulfuric acid is used in batteries. So, some acids like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acids are known as mineral acids or synthetic acids because they are prepared artificially from minerals which are extracted from the earth. Children, one more question to you. Have you ever drunk a soda or a cool drink? The soda water and cool drinks contain carbonic acids. Carbonic acids are prepared by adding carbon dioxide to water. Children, now write down the properties of acids in your notebook. The first one is they produce H+ ions when mixed with water. Acids change the color of litmus from blue to red. They convert the color of methyl orange from orange or yellow to pink. Acids turn the pink color of phenolphthalein to colorless. And acids can conduct electricity. Some acids are highly corrosive in nature, which mean that they corrode or rust metals. Acids lose their acidity when mixed with a base. When equal amounts of acid and base are combined, the process of neutralization occurs and salt and water is formed. The pH value of acid is from 0 to 6. Acids are sour in taste. Now, let us find out substances other than acids. Yes, our next topic is bases. Generally, we know that the hand washing is a good practice. Moreover, we have been washing our hands several times to remove microbes during this COVID pandemic situation. So, students, I want to ask questions. They are, which substance do you use to wash your hands and clean your teeth? The answer is soap and paste. What are the chemicals present in soap and toothpaste? Now let us know. We use soap to wash our hands and for bathing. We use toothpaste to clean our teeth. Soap and toothpaste contain bases. Now let us observe the nature of bases by doing activity. So take a soap into your palm and add some water on it. Now rub with another palm. Children, how do you feel while rubbing? Yes, you can feel slippery nature of the soap. Now repeat this activity with the toothpaste. So take toothpaste into your palm, add some water on it and just rub with your two palms. So children, how do you feel while rubbing with paste? Yes, you can feel again slippery nature with the paste. So toothpaste also slippery in nature. So finally, the substances which are contain slippery chemicals, they are called bases. So bases are slippery in nature and also bitter to taste. And the bath soap is prepared using potassium hydroxide, whereas detergents for washing clothes is prepared using sodium hydroxide. Now children, see the main components on the toothpaste tube. What chemical names do you find? Main components in the toothpaste are calcium carbonate, aluminum hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and sodium bicarbonate. All these chemicals are bases. Bases that can dissolve in water are called alkalis. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. These all belongs to alkalis. Children, do you know who he was? He was Svante Arrhenius. The Swedish physical chemist gave the most modern definition of acids and alkalis. He got Nobel Prize in 1903 for his contribution in chemistry. So children, write down the properties of bases in your notebooks. They are bitter in taste. Bases lost their basicity when mixed with acids. Bases react with the acids to form salt and water. They can conduct electricity. Bases feel slippery or soapy. Bases like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. are used as electrolytes. Alkalis are bases that produce hydroxyl ions when mixed with water. Strong alkalis are highly corrosive in nature, whereas other alkalis are mildly corrosive. The pH value of bases ranges from 8 to 14. So our next topic is neutral substances. Children, I am going to ask one question. Is there any substance other than an acid and a base? Yes, the answer is the substance which is neither an acid nor a base is known as neutral substance. For example, pure water is a neutral substance, and some more examples are distilled water, salt solution and sugar solution, etc. So these are the best example for neutral substances. Coming to our next topic is acid-base indicators. My dear students, is it possible to test all the acids and bases simply by tasting or touching them? No way. Some acids like HCl, H2SO4, HNO3 and some bases like NaOH, KOH are very harmful and strong. We cannot test them by touch or taste. In such cases, how can we test them whether they are acids or bases? Let me tell. Substances which are used to test acids or bases are called acid-base indicators. Let us find some indicators. So, the types of indicators. Children, what are the different type of indicators? There are many types of indicators. Some of them are natural indicators, synthetic indicators, olfactory indicators, and universal indicators. Now, let me explain one by one. The first one is natural indicators. Indicators obtained from natural resources are called as natural indicators. For example, litmus, turmeric powder, hibiscus, and red cabbage, etc. Now, coming to litmus indicator, the most commonly used natural indicator is litmus. It is extracted from petals of lichens. Litmus indicator paper strips are available in two colors. They are blue litmus and red litmus. Children, with the help of these litmus papers, we can easily identify the acid substances and base substances. This process I am going to explain in this activity. So, test with the litmus papers.
So children, come to do activity. In this activity, we are going to learn the test of litmus papers with some substances. So come on, once you can see these items. First one is baking soda, lemon test and litmus papers. This is the red litmus and this is the blue litmus. So these are the red litmus papers and these are the blue litmus. So I am taking lemon juice in the watch glass. Then I am taking baking soda. Litmus papers. Students, please observe carefully. So this is the red litmus. I dip into lemon juice. Children, do you observe? Is there any change? No. Now I am taking blue litmus. I am dip to lemon juice. Children, do you observe? It turned into red color. So the blue litmus turned into red color. Then coming to baking soda solution. Test with blue litmus. Children, observe, there is no change. Then test with red litmus. My dear students, please observe that color is turned from red to blue. Here we can observe the changes of litmus papers with the substances. So lemon juice, baking soda and the red litmus turned into blue litmus with the help of bases. And the blue litmus turned into red litmus with the help of acids. So here we can observe lemon juice, the red litmus not turned into blue, but the blue litmus turned into red. That's why these are called as acids. Here the baking soda and red litmus turned into blue. So it indicates these belongs to the bases.
Like this way, we test substances with litmus papers and finalize which are belongs to acids and which are belongs to bases. Children, do you understand? Good. Now coming to know about turmeric indicators by doing a simple activity.
So take a watch glass and little bit of turmeric powder into that watch glass. Add some water. Students, do you observe the turmeric powder regularly used in our houses, in the functions, occasions, etc. Cooking also. So it is a natural indicator. So first prepare the paste of turmeric powder and it is applied into the white paper like this way. So children, you are observing or not? The white paper turned into yellowish color. Why? Because it is act as a indicator. That's why this is turned into yellowish color. So now how it is acted? So we are going to observe. Then I am taking soap. So children, here observe, my hand also turned to red color. Okay. So I am going to write something. Children, do you observe? So here we can observe how the turmeric powder act as a indicator. So the soap also turned into red color. My hand also. So this is a natural indicator. So with the help of this turmeric powder we can do so many activities. Now do you agree the turmeric powder is also called as an indicator. So this is the best example which we called as the turmeric powder is an indicator.
So we concluded that the turmeric powder when reacts with acids, its color will not change. But when reacts with bases, the color change into reddish brown. So can we use turmeric paste to test acid and base? Yes, of course. We can use turmeric powder to test acids and bases. Now, coming to hibiscus indicator. Children, can we use any flower as an indicator? Yes, we can use hibiscus flowers as an indicator. We can also use Indigofera tinctora in a common name of Neelichettu flowers as indicator. Now let us do an activity to know how hibiscus act as an indicator. Now I am going to conduct acid-base test with the help of China rose indicator. The materials will require is water in pan, 4 to 5 hibiscus flowers, soap solution, lemon water and 2 transparent glasses. Now we will boil the hibiscus flowers to 2 to 3 minutes like this way. Children, can you observe? Good. Now you can see after 2 to 3 minutes hibiscus flowers have completely lost their color and the water becomes maroon in color. Now we will remove the flowers from the pan. Now let it cool for some time. Now we are pouring the solution into two transparent glasses. Now we will pour the soap solution in one glass and the lemon water in another glass. We know that soap contains sodium hydroxide, that is a base. So now we can see that the glass which poured the soap solution has water turned green, which shows the presence of base. So this is the green color. We know that lemon has citric acid, that is why when we added lemon to this indicator, it turned pink, showing the presence of acid in lemon. So our final result is that the China rose indicator has turned green when soap solution was added to it, and it turned pink when lemon juice was added to it, and its original color is maroon. Now coming to know about synthetic indicators. An indicator prepared from artificial sources is known as synthetic indicators. For example, methyl orange and phenolphthalein, which are used in our laboratory.
So children, now we are going to learn test with the indicators. So already we know that the natural indicators and artificial indicators are present in our nature. So the natural indicators are turmeric powder, rose petals, etc. The artificial indicators are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. So these both are the indicators which are artificial, belongs to the artificial. So now we are going to test with the indicators. So our activity is test with the indicators. Test with the indicators. So in indicators we take, already we know that phenolphthalein. The first one is methyl orange. Methyl orange indicator, and the second one is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein indicator. So we are going to test methyl orange with acids and bases. Then we are going to test phenolphthalein with acids and bases. Okay, coming to the activity. So take one test tube and add some drops of acid. So here I am taking lemon juice. So lemon juice having citric acid. That's why I am taking citric acid and methyl orange indicator onto it. So children, observe carefully which color coming. So here we can see the color change clear. So lemon juice in brownish color, light color, and when test with the methyl orange indicator, the lemon juice turn into red color. Okay, now coming to right. So methyl orange indicator react with the acids, it gives red color. Acids gives red color. So here we can observe the change clearly. Now coming to the base. So this is the base solution, baking soda, adding water and made base solution. So in test tube I am taking base, little amount of base, and I am adding methyl orange indicator on it. Children, observe clearly. Which color came? Yellowish color. So bases or react with methyl orange indicator and gives yellowish color solution. So it indicates bases. So methyl orange react with the bases and gives yellowish color. Yellowish color. So once observe, these are the acids. So acids in red color. So these are the bases. So bases in yellowish color. Children, understand? Good. Now coming to the phenolphthalein indicator. So phenolphthalein indicator, the acids and bases, which color gives, we can test. So take 2 test tubes. These are very neat and clear. So first of all I am taking again acid. So adding phenolphthalein indicator. So phenolphthalein indicator react with the acids. It is a colorless. There is no color, no change in color. So phenolphthalein indicator react with acids and gives colorless solution. So we can write on board. So phenolphthalein indicator react with acids. It is a colorless solution. Colorless solution. So here we can observe the colorless solution. Now coming to the base. So this is the base solution, and take another test tube, clean and neat. Pour into that test tube. So this is the base solution. Now adding phenolphthalein indicator. So children, carefully observe. It is turned into pink color. Yes? Yes, it is turned into pink color. Wow, super color na? Yes. Now write on the board. So phenolphthalein indicator react with the bases, gives pink color solution. Pink color solution. So react with acids, colorless. So react with bases, it is turned into pink color. So in this way, the indicators are very helpful to identify the substances which are bases or which are acids. So these are the very helpful for detecting the acids or bases substances. We are check the substance which they are having acids or bases. If they are acids, they can react with the methyl orange and phenolphthalein just like this way. If the substance have bases, the bases or react with the methyl orange and phenolphthalein indicators like this way. So, do you understand, children? Children, I am going to ask one question. So, when we cut the lemon, the blood will come from this. Okay, let us try. so many musicians are did like this, and we are very afraid from this activity. So these are called superstitions. So every superstition there is behind a scientific reason. Now we are going to learn that secret of this activity. Okay, come. So children, for this activity we need methyl orange indicator or some hibiscus petals also. So hibiscus petals also used as natural indicators. That's why. So this is the methyl orange powder. Okay. So take one beaker, some amount of methyl orange. So this is the spatula we can use for this type of activities. Do this. So it is a methyl orange powder. Add some water onto it. Mix it thoroughly. So here the methyl orange solution is ready. Or methyl orange solution already made, instant methyl orange solution also available in the market. Okay, now I am preparing for our individual. So just dip the knife into methyl orange solution and spread it into total knife like this way. Then we will cut the like this way. When it open, the blood will come from the lemon. So it is a chemical reaction. Already we know that the acids or when react with methyl orange gives red color. So in lemon we observe the citric acid is present. So the citric acid when react with methyl orange gives red color solution. It's just like a solution. Not okay. So it is a solution. It's looking like a blood. So don't believe that type of superstitions and don't believe that stupid magicians. So science reveals every truth behind the superstitions and nonsense reasons.
Now coming to do another activity, the reaction of acids with eggshell.
Okay children, I already smashed the eggshell like this way. So this is the smashed eggshell. Now take one test tube, hold with a holder, pour some lemon juice into test tube. So this is the lemon juice. Now I am adding eggshell into lemon juice. So observe children, some bubbles will arise. Do you observe children? So when eggshell is added into lemon juice, some chemical reactions are occurred in the test tube. So when we observe keenly, some air bubbles are coming. That means in test tube some chemical reaction is going on. So do you observe clearly children? So this is the gas. So which gas? Is it oxygen or hydrogen or carbon dioxide? Whatever. So we identify this gas with the help of another activity. So before going to that, we must know when the citric acid, eggshell mixed, there is a chemical reaction occurred and some gases are released. So now we are going to know that gas belongs to which type of gas.
Now let us going to check which gas released from this test tube. Bring a lightning matchstick near the mouth of test tube. What happened, children? Yes, the gas that put off the lightning matchstick is carbon dioxide. It was released by the action of acid with calcium carbonate. The third type of indicators are olfactory indicators. Substances which change their smell when mixed with acid or base are known as olfactory indicators. For example, onions and clove oil and vanilla, etc. These indicators can be used for inclusive learning. Last but not the least indicator is universal indicator. It is a mixture of different indicators and it shows different colors in different solutions. So the last concept of this video is pH of substances. Children, do you know about vinegar? Yes, we use vinegar in our dishes like making of noodles, pani puri, etc. It does not harm us, but HCl is very dangerous enough to touch. Why it is so? What makes the HCl dangerous than vinegar? Why? Because the strength of an acid is the reason behind this. The strength of different acids and bases vary. Children, try to answer this question. How can we measure the strength of an acid or a base? Let me explain. Strength of acid or base solution is measured in pH scale. This scale was introduced by Sorensen. The range of pH scale is from 0 to 14. pH of acids is less than 7. pH of bases is more than 7 and the pH of neutral substance is 7. Here in this picture we can see clearly. Now let us know some acids, bases and their strengths which are used in our lab. Strength of acids and bases. Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acids are the strong acids which are we can use in a laboratory. And the weak acids are acetic acid, citric acid and oxalic acid. In the same way, the strong bases are sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. And the ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Strong acids and bases are highly corrosive in nature and can cause severe burns, whereas natural acids are generally weak acids. So children, write down the homework in your notebooks.
So children, do you like this video? Okay. In this lesson you learned about acids, bases and salts. So again neutralization substances also, and also we are learning about indicators. So I hope that you all enjoy this video, and if